Hi there and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. Tamar Braxton seems to be spiraling out of control, and many believe that her relationship with Jeremy Robinson, also known as JR, is to blame. While some of her close friends might have warned her about Jeremy, it appears that Tamar wasn't open to hearing any advice when it came to him. Now, it looks like JR is up to his old tricks again, and things have taken a turn for the worse, with Tamar reportedly not handling the situation well. She took to social media, venting her frustrations and accusing JR of using her and then dumping her when it suited him. But JR isn't one to let things slide. He clapped back hard, revealing some shocking details about Tamar that left everyone in disbelief. So, what really happened between them? Did JR cheat on Tamar again? Did Tamar physically assault him? Let's break it all down. For those who have been following Tamar and JR's relationship from the start, it's clear that this wasn't a match made in heaven. In fact, the signs of a toxic relationship were evident from the very beginning. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You knew it wouldn't end well. Tamar and JR met on a reality TV show called Queen's Court. The very fact that they met on a show like this was a red flag in itself. We all know how these reality TV relationships usually turn out. They rarely last. But that didn't stop Tamar and JR from diving headfirst into a whirlwind romance. They got engaged just a few weeks after meeting, which might seem romantic to some, but to others, it was a clear indication that they were moving too fast. Now, it's not unusual for people to fall in love quickly and feel certain that they've found their soulmate. However, this just wasn't the case with Tamar and Jr. Their relationship was a ticking time bomb from the start, with both of them bringing plenty of baggage to the table. For one, Tamar has been married and divorced twice before. Her first marriage barely lasted a year before it ended in a messy divorce. Her second marriage, to Vince Herbert, seemed more promising. They even had a child together, but that too ended in disaster after 9 years, complete with domestic violence allegations and a restraining order. It was a tumultuous time for Tamar, but eventually, she and Vince put their differences aside and focused on co-parenting their son. After the drama with Vince, Tamar started dating David Adefisio, but that relationship also turned out to be a hot mess. Following their breakup, Tamar declared that she was done with love and was going to focus on herself and her healing. But that resolve didn't last long. Before we knew it, she was back on reality TV, this time on Queen's Court, looking for her dream man. Enter JR, who, as it turns out, had plenty of his own issues. The biggest red flag with JR? He has 5 children with 4 different women. That alone is a recipe for disaster, especially given Tamar's personality. Tamar is known for being the center of attention, and dealing with multiple baby mamas was bound to cause drama. Despite all the warning signs, JR seemed to zero in on Tamar like she was the only woman in the world. He proposed to her out of nowhere after just a few weeks of dating, and Tamar, ever the romantic, said yes, even shedding a few tears during the proposal. It was a scene straight out of a fairy tale, but anyone watching could tell it was doomed from the start. Sure enough, it didn't take long for the cracks in their relationship to start showing. One of JR's baby mamas took to social media to accuse him of using Tamar for clout and exposure. She also claimed that JR had a strange obsession with black women, preying on vulnerable women like Tamar. According to her, JR had a habit of frequenting clubs that catered to black women and bringing them home, all while presenting himself as an ally and protector of black women. But behind closed doors, JR was reportedly anything but. The baby mama described him as rude, egotistical, racially insensitive, and a womanizer. She also accused him of being a colonizer, using his biracial children to feed his ego and his desire to be accepted within the black community. It was a messy situation, and fans began urging Tamar to run while she still could. But, of course, Tamar didn't listen. When it comes to matters of the heart, Tamar tends to follow her own path, regardless of the advice she receives. Things took an even messier turn when Tamar started gushing on social media about how much she loved JR and his children. She posted a lengthy message about how grateful she was for JR and his kids, saying they meant everything to her. But one of JR's baby mamas wasn't having it. She clapped back, making it clear that Tamar was not a bonus mom to her child and that her child didn't mean the world to Tamar, as she claimed. This baby mama accused Tamar of being disrespectful and dismissive, saying that Tamar had made no effort to get to know her as a woman or a mother. She also revealed that JR had missed visitation weekends and birthdays with his child because of Tamar. Despite this, JR tried to defend Tamar, calling her an amazing mother who spoiled his children with love. He also acknowledged that there had been some miscommunication and said he wanted everyone to be peaceful, and that he would do his best to foster that. But even with JR's attempts to smooth things over, the baby mama drama was far from over. The best thing for Tamar would have been to stay out of these relationships, but she was in love with JR and wanted to be with him no matter what. Unfortunately, JR embarrassed her time and time again. If you thought things couldn't get worse, they did. Out of the blue, JR announced on social media that he and Tamar had broken up, and he made sure to clarify that he was the one who ended the relationship, not the other way around. He said that he broke up with Tamar to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. He denied ever cheating and claimed that fame had never mattered to him. He also revealed that he had turned down Queen's Court multiple times before finally agreeing to do it. JR's announcement was shocking enough, but what made it even worse was that Tamar found out about the breakup on social media, just like the rest of us. JR didn't even have the decency to break up with her face-to-face or through a text. To make matters worse, Tamar's home and car were vandalized the same day JR ended things with her. She posted on social media, expressing her heartbreak and disbelief, saying that she had been robbed, moved to a new city, tried to find a new community, and finally found someone she trusted, only to have everything fall apart on the same day. Tamar also addressed the breakup in a video, where she denied being the cause of it and said she had been working on becoming a better person. She spoke about her journey to improve her mental health and how she had transformed herself from who she used to be into who she is now. She refused to let anyone hold her hostage to her past, emphasizing that she had overcome a lot. Realizing that people weren't on his side, JR tried to spin the situation in his favor, acting as though he was being supportive and even promoting Tamar's tour. He posted a message to Dallas, encouraging fans to come out and see the one and only Tamar Braxton. He thanked Tamar for being so supportive during a difficult time and praised her, calling her a blessing to the world. But fans weren't fooled. They saw through his so-called praise, sensing that it was just another attempt to stay relevant. Tamar, however, wasn't about to let JR get away with his antics. She threw some shade right back at him, posting that she couldn't believe she was going on her Love and War tour feeling so broken. She accused JR of doing things on purpose to hurt her, saying that deceiving someone is a form of abuse and that she was stupid for putting herself in that position. after being hurt so many times before. She vowed to find the strength to close the chapter on JR for good.